Welcome back to another recap. We are ending the day down $33 for the day, which is unfortunate because we were up multiple times that we had just walked away. The reason I continued to trade yesterday is because I had a really solid bias to be long. And if you look at the chart towards the end of the day, I was right, but it was very, very sloppy. So a lot of red to green moves here. I think I was even up maybe double the goal at one point. However, I pushed the envelope a little bit because I really thought we were going to get to an hourly pivot from previous resistance. And we did at the end of the day. However, we ended up making a completely new low and then immediately getting bought after that. I don't have a strategy for that. Nobody really does unless you're just gambling down there. So I just ended up taking my loss, locked the account out, and called it a day. But I wanted to show you again, I've been showing you some really great executions, but I wanted to show you some bad executions on my part, just so you have kind of a reference of, hey, maybe this is not how you do it. So this is the M&Q. Again, you guys know I love trading this. We ended up taking a long pre-market here. So the pre-market longs have not been working very well for me. I think it's something that this next coming week I'm going to adjust. We are not going to take any pre-market trades. We're going to wait for that first confirmation. Looking back at this, it was honestly, this is what should have happened. You should have retested the lows, and if you break the low, again, it's where you suck in all of the sellers, thinking it's going to go to zero, and then buyers immediately come in and take that liquidity and move it up. And that's exactly what happened. So I ended up getting a long here, right in here, and ended up adding to it as we were retesting these lows. I think I went a little too wide, so I thought, hey, I'll add to it. Even if it pops the new low here, that's fine. However, this thing really made a new low, and I had to take a stop there. Lost my, I think, $50 or something or so. And then when we got this little pin bar here at around that reversal time, I ended up adding. I should have been a little bit more aggressive on this ad. I think had I been, I would have walked away for the day and be done. But being down one and then only being up one times the goal, for some reason, it just wasn't enough. I don't know why. I already hate trading on Fridays, but it doesn't really matter. But we had a really great entry here and then continued to push. So had we walked away, would have been perfectly fine. Now, let me show you the bad chart. This is the bad chart. Yeah. Here's what not to do. Now, we had some great entries. I was also kind of trying to get these longs out here because I was more bullish on the NQ than I was on the RTY and the M2K. So we took a little bit of loss here. We had this is where we stopped. And then here is where I re-entered. Look at this perfect entry. Absolutely perfect entry. We came and retested this little pivot up here and I got out of it. So that's the unfortunate part. Had we had managed that appropriately, this is where, again, you make that new high. I only had one contract, unfortunately, but you make that new high, you pull back, and here's your new stop. And then you just continue to move it higher. And that's where you should have gotten. So in this area, again, I tried to get long. In this area, again, I tried to get long, and it just not happened. Now, at this point, right in here, I was up about $100 on the day. And I should have just walked away. Sorry, no. At this point right here is when I was up about $100 on the day, and I should have just walked away and then ended up liquidating at the end of the day. Just emotional trading. I don't know what happened. Need to get back to getting those base hits, but these things happen. I recognized it almost immediately that I was trading emotionally rather than trading technically. So I ended up, like I said, locking the account out, taking my loss of $33 for the day, and just calling it a day. This is not what your chart should look like from execution wise. It really should not. You should be much more calculated, much more reserved. And this is where, again, this entry here that took me out should have been my original entry, or this little entry here I should have just kept and trusted the chart, put a stop at the low down here, and let the chart make its way up. That's what should have been done, and we would have been up significantly for the day. So we still didn't. We still had a good week, still profitable week, and I'll take that and minimize the loss and the damage on Friday. So we are good to go next week. Clean slate. Be patient for the proper entries, and then no pre-market is going to be my goal. And let's see what we can end the week at. So take care, and we'll see you for another recap.